In this video, we're going to be changing the screen on an iPad mini 4. Now, I'm doing this video for a reason. Not to show you how to change the screen on it, but to show you what can go wrong when changing a screen on an iPad mini 4. Now, the screen came in like this. Badly damaged, very, very broken. And the iPad was working. Everything is good. The customer just wanted to change the screen on this iPad. So we went ahead and installed the screen. Okay, everything is installed, everything is good. Let's try to turn on the iPad. As you can see, the white of the screen is very good, and that's because this is a high quality screen. You do not see a blue tint or a dark tint like you see on cheap screens. A lot of people ask me what's the difference between a high quality screen and a cheap quality screen. The color, the brightness. Most of the cheap quality screens will have a blue tint. You see what happened after the iPad turned on? It went black. Press the power button, nothing happens. The iPad is actually on, but the sleep-wake sensor is not present on the screen, and that's why the iPad went to sleep and the power button stopped working. So in order to fix this problem, what a lot of people do not know is there's a sensor that is soldered on to the screen. The sensor is located right over here. It's under a piece of tape. So we need to remove that piece of tape. We need to unsolder that sensor from here, and we need to solder it back on the new screen. If you do not do that, then the power button is not going to work. So right now, if you press, nothing happens. But what I discovered is if you press and hold, it comes back on. So if you press and hold the button for a few seconds, the screen will come back on. But if you press to turn it off, nothing happens. If you press to turn it on, nothing happens. Now, if I had the home button installed on here, then by pressing the home button, the screen will come on, but just the power button will not work. Every once in a while, we get an iPad mini 4, whether it's from a customer, from a repair shop, or mail-in. They come in here with the same exact issue. They have a new screen on, but the power button is not working. So what we do is we remove the screen and solder a sleep-wake sensor on the bottom of the screen. These sensors can be purchased online, but we always like to have the original. So we unsolder the one from the screen here and we solder it back on the new screen. So let's see how that is done. Let's remove that piece of tape. And let's save that piece of tape so we can put it over the pins when we install it on the new screen. It starts from here and it ends right here. It doesn't connect to anything. So if you go like this, you can take the adhesive off. And this is the sensor right here. So it's not connected to anything. To remove the sensor, what I'm going to do is just put some low melt solder on the pins here so we can lower the melting temperature of the solder on there. Let's apply a little bit of hot air and we should be able to remove the sensor, just like this. Now on the hot air station, I'm at 300 degrees. Low melt solder melts at a very low temperature. So by applying just a little bit of hot air, I was able to remove the sensor without causing any damage to it. And this is the sensor right here. Now we need to install it on the new screen. I just want to put a piece of tape under this so we do not scratch the paint on the screen. Just like this. put the sensor on, and we align it. We're gonna add some flux. Let's fix our lighting. And that's it. Our sensor is soldered back in place. Let's do a quick cleanup and we should be all good. And let's align the end properly. The next step is to install the screen and see if our power button is working. Okay, so let's turn the tablet on. If everything went well, the sleep-wake function should work. So by pressing the power button, the tablet should turn on and off. Okay, so press the power button, went off. Press the power button, came on. Power button. Okay, press off, press on. So the power button is working now and everything is good. All we have to do is install the home button, seal it on the edges, press it, and call the customer to come and pick up. So as you can see, we cannot just change the screen on the iPad mini 4. We have to unsolder the sleep-wake sensor and solder it back onto the new screen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.